All right, hello. So what we're going to be doing now, I just want to go through and walk you through problems 1 and 2 on this worksheet that you've been assigned to do. I'm going to keep this quick and simple. I'm assuming that you've already watched my other help video and or that you attended class and you saw what was going on there. So number one, basically means I'm going to kind of get going with this without much preamble. So number one here, it wants you to go through and convert 35 milliliters to deciliters. So I'm going to write it on a separate sheet, and I encourage you always to do this as well. Like, I don't want it in this little deal. I want to see the work. Obviously, you need to include all your units, all your values. Work must be included to receive credit. So you're going to convert milliliters to deciliters. So you start with, you're going to write 35 milliliters. Draw your little conversion chart. Milliliters, deciliters. Again, I hope that there's no issues doing this. This should be all relatively straightforward. You should be able to do this part. And again, if you're not writing out these units, if you're not including them, that is a problem. You need to do that. Like, you need to write just like this. Not like 35 with nothing there. You need to include the units, label it, everything, so you can cancel out and it makes sense. So now the next step, where we've got deci and we've got milli. All right, so again, my suggestion is just simply keep it easy. Which one of these is larger in terms of, if you had one of each, which one is the bigger prefix? And that's deci. So I'm going to put 1 for deci. Then I'm going to count the jumps between deci and milli. So it'll be 1, 2. So you count those jumps. And we want, 1, 2. So that's 10 to the second, or it's 2 zeros, which is 100. So I'm just going to write down, I'll write 100 here. So then your problem's done. Now you just are going to do 35 divided by 100. All right, that's all that this is showing you how to do. So you're going to treat this as though it's basically just, 35 times 1 divided by 100. Or if you wanted to view this as, say it was like a math problem, it would just look like this. It would say 35 times 1 divided by 100. I know you can all do that. So this is the same thing. It's on top, you multiply it. If it's on the bottom, you divide. So in this case, then your answer is just going to simply be 0.35. And then your units, can't forget the units, you'll cross off milliliters, and you're left with deciliters. So you got deciliters there. All right. So that's number 1. Now let's do number 2. In this case, so we've got number 2, it's 950 grams. You're going to convert it to kilograms. All right, so to start with, again, just set up your chart like you always would. Remember, whatever you put in this spot here, it always diagonally moves down. Like, you are always diagonally going this way to this way, always. All right. So you do that. We've got 950 grams. We're converting to kilograms. So let's go look back at our little thing here. So in this case, we are going from grams, the base unit, and we are going to convert to kilogram. So if you look between these two, given one of each, which one is bigger? And you would say clearly it is kilo. So I'm going to put a 1 by kilo there. And then I'm going to, count the jumps. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. That's 1,000. Or 10 to the third. If you want to write 10 to the third, that's fine. Again, I would encourage that. So we've got a 1 because kilo is bigger. 1,000 grams. And then again, you're basically now just doing 950 divided by 1,000. The grams will cancel. You're left with kilo as your unit. So your answer is just going to be 0.95 kilograms. And then, now, let's do one more. Let's also let me do number 7 with you, just to make sure, I'm going to do number 7 with you also. So 7 is 25 centimeters. You're converting it to millimeters. So you're going centi to milli in this case. So 25 centimeters to millimeters. So you'll do this, you're going to set it up again. Again, I hope that this is getting annoying almost to the point that it's just so beaten into your heads. You got centimeters, convert to millimeters. Like it's important that you do this every time. Then you're going to look and you're going to say, all right, in this case, we've got centimeters, we've got millimeters. So which one would be larger, centi or milli? And you would say, all right, centi is a bigger prefix. It's clearly if you had one of each, centi is larger. So I'm going to put a 1 where centi is in this case. Then for milli, I am going to count the jumps. In this case, it's just 1. So you're just going, doesn't matter which way you're going, it's just 1 jump. That's 10. So you can treat it as, you can just write 10, you can write 10 to the first, it doesn't really matter, whatever you want. All right, so, but that's how you'll do it, because 10 to the first and 10 to the second. Just don't write 10 to the 0. That's the difference, that's 1. So now in this case, you're going to cancel out centimeters yet again, and you're just going to do 25 times 10. That's it. So your answer in this case would be 250 millimeters. Make sure when you do this again, so just to be clear on how is this going to count? How are you going to get credit? I want to see all of that for credit. To get credit for the problem, it has to be written exactly like that. Include your units, cancel them out, write your answer, include your units in the answer, everything. All right? Hope that helps.